Arriving at morning prayer at the Islamic Center of North Palm Beach yesterday was much different from the day before. Why members are able to breathe a sigh of relief days after their prayer room was torn apart and windows were smashed. The mahogany urns bore gold plaques that read, "You are not forgotten." We have a look at how the unclaimed remains of veterans were remembered for their heroic acts. And the 12th annual Palm Beach Marathon and Run Fest is happening today. News Channel 5's Andrew Ruiz joins us live from West Palm Beach, where over 3,000 participants are expected to partake and get going on this Sunday morning. Good for them. Yeah. Better than me. And I know weather for them is going to be a little bit of an issue, or maybe it'll clear up for them a little bit.
Just like the last few days, there's that possibility that you could run into a rogue shower. Just like the last few days. You know, the last 5 days, the first 5-6 days of December has been very, very wet. We've picked up measurable rain each and every day, and today, much more the same.
As we get into the week, is it going to be a little bit better?
Yeah. Not Monday, but then by midweek, yeah, for sure.
A little bit better.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so here you go. Rain on radar now. Front arrives early next week, and after that front pushes through, some drier air will come in for midweek, and that will shut off that rain machine. So right now, we do have some rain on radar, and you can see all the green right here streaming in off the Atlantic. We'll start up here along the Treasure Coast, where Indian River County, you look fine. In fact, you actually see a few breaks in the clouds. You may actually have a pretty nice sunrise this morning. And then you go down into St. Lucie County, and it is overcast, and you have the showers just to the south of Fort Pierce, streaming into Port St. Lucie. Then go down into Martin County, isolated showers around Stewart, isolated showers around Jonathan Dickinson State Park, and also Hope Sound. Palm Beach County, here you go. Isolated showers in Boca right now, isolated showers beginning to push into Boynton, and isolated showers just to the west of West Palm Beach, heading towards Wellington and Jupiter. Right now, you're dry, but you'll probably get into the mix too here in a little while. Fog tracker is fine. So we don't have any fog, but we do have those isolated showers streaming in off the Atlantic. And as you can see, we have the possibility of seeing even more quick showers moving in. It'll be mostly cloudy, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a few breaks in the clouds. I mean, Treasure Coast, let's say Indian River County, you're already seeing a few breaks. Later on today, we will heat up to 80 degrees. It will be windy still, and I'll let you know when that wind will finally begin to slack coming up at 5:18.
We want to let you know about some breaking news just into our newsroom of a car accident in Palm Springs. The crash is at Forest Hill and Congress Avenue right now. We do know 2 cars are involved, and you can see the intersection right there on the map. Palm Springs police say 2 people were taken to the hospital to receive medical attention. At this point, we do not know the extent of their injuries, but we are keeping in contact with them, and we'll bring you an update as soon as we hear. An arrest was made in the vandalism of a local Islamic center. 27-year-old Joshua Killitz, that's him right there, is accused of vandalizing the Islamic Center of North Palm Beach. Police say Killitz gave a full confession to the crime. The windows of the center are now boarded up, and most of the physical damage has been removed. The president of the Islamic Center says he's relieved that they have an arrest.
For us, I mean, we've forgiven him for what he's done, but there's still a responsibility involved.
Killitz is charged with burglary and criminal mischief to a religious structure. Police have not revealed a motive for this crime. A moving tribute for fallen veterans yesterday. The South Florida National Cemetery hosted a full military ceremony for 21 sets of remains. All of the people died in Palm Beach County, some as far back as the 1970s. Volunteers with the group making urns for veterans built the urns for their remains. They say yesterday's ceremony closes an important loophole that's been left open in some cases for decades.
For one reason or another, these forgotten cremains just slip through the cracks, but it's a good thing that a veteran service organization like the Missing America Project has come together to close that final loop.
The group is working on more urns for a similar event happening next spring. Well, Thanksgiving was a week ago already, but we are still talking turkey over here. So we have some unreal pictures as a wild turkey made an unwelcome appearance inside a speeding car after crashing through a windshield. Take a look at that. Look at that damage from a turkey. Okay, it happened in Martin County on the Florida Turnpike yesterday. You can see feathers, if you look closely, still in the car, all over the car. The driver amazingly was able to stop without crashing. No one was hurt. The turkey, however, did not survive. Deputies reminding people that while colliding with a wild animal can sometimes be avoidable, it pays to always be alert when you're on the road. Thousands are expected this morning to run the 12th annual O Marathon and Run Fest. If you're not planning on attending, you may be affected, though, by the road closures, so it will affect you anyway. News Channel 5's Andrew Ruiz is live in downtown West Palm Beach with the streets you want to avoid. Hey, Andrew.
Good morning, Christina. Yeah, here there are road closures that are going to happen in phases, and it starts as soon as right now. So you can see right behind me over here is that this is the entrance or the start of the race. This is Flagler Drive, and Flagler Drive from Avila Road which is to our south, and 58th Street to our north will be closed because of the race. Other areas affected are North Federal from Wellesley to 2nd Avenue, and basically all of the area around the Meyer Amphitheater, the start and the epicenter of this huge race. The best advice if you're heading to Palm Beach is to use the Southern Boulevard Bridge, and if you need to go through downtown West Palm Beach, it's to use Dixie Avenue. Again, there are about 3,000 participants that are expected throughout the day, and so it's going to be a huge event. And later on, we're going to be talking to the race director and telling you more about all the preparations that goes into this event. We're live in downtown West Palm Beach. Andrew Ruiz, Wptv News Channel 5.
Well, yesterday's rain forced several events to be canceled throughout South Florida, including the Boynton Beach Holiday Parade. Boynton Beach announcing that its longtime holiday parade, unfortunately, will not be rescheduled. The city says it's because parade participants cannot make any future dates. The menorah and Christmas tree lighting ceremony in Wellington was also canceled. The tree and the first candle of the menorah will be turned on today without a ceremony. The rain, though, didn't stop Santa from making a special visit to West Palm Beach. The Palm Beach Outlets was packed with children for a free Santa's breakfast held by Good Samaritan Medical Center yesterday. Holiday crafts, they had jugglers, and even stilt walkers. There you go, a drummer boy stilt walker were there to celebrate the holiday season. And the rain also couldn't keep dogs and their owners away from the Santa Paws Pooch Plunge. That's the name in Stewart yesterday. The event, which benefits the Humane Society of the Treasure Coast, lets dogs available for adoption go for a swim and get their pictures taken with Santa. And just a reminder, the Humane Society is having an emergency adoption special with a lot of discounts from now until the end of the year due to overcrowding. Well, it's 5:07 on your Sunday morning. Just ahead, a Florida woman misdiagnosed with lupus, arthritis, and thyroid problems said a doctor found the true cause of her illness, how the expense of beauty came at a very high price. And NASA's New Horizon is showing us New Horizons of Pluto, an intimate look at the dwarf planet's terrain that will make you fall in love with Pluto.
Rain on radar right now, but drier air is knocking on the door. I'll let you know when it arrives. Coming up at 5:18.
Thank you for making WPTV your source for local news, on air, online, and on your phone. From the Treasure Coast
in Port St. Lucie tonight
to southern Palm Beach County.
Reporting in Boca Raton.
It's about local coverage everywhere.
Contact 5 investigators travel to Washington, D.C.
With the largest news team in South Florida, we deliver. Number 1, 6 decades in a row. WPTV News Channel 5. Local coverage you can count on.
At La Mesa RV, we have the right RV at the right price right now. Like this new Road Trek Adventurous, discounted to just $528 per month. Massive selection, everyday low prices, only at La Mesa RV of Port St. Lucie.
Sometimes the best gift is just being home with the ones we love most. During City Furniture's holiday sale, a bedroom set is just $6.99. A power reclining sectional, $19.99. A 5-piece dining set, just $5.99. And find even more holiday specials at cityfurniture.com. Plus, enjoy free shipping and no interest for 18 months. Happy holidays from City Furniture.
Kent French is the world-class clapper. 721 claps a minute.
With the clapper, I only need 2 claps.
Clap on, clap off.
Claps things on, claps things off. Clap on the music.
Just plug in your appliance. The clapper's great for hard-to-reach places. Take it from Kent. Just get
clap on, clap off.
The clapper.
Available at Walgreens, CVS, participating Ace, and Kmart. It's Empire Today's biggest sale, the 50-50-50 sale. 50% off carpet and flooring, 50% off padding and materials, and 50% off installation. That's right, half off your entire project. You can save thousands. Empire's 50-50-50 sale won't last long. Don't miss 50% off carpet and flooring, 50% off padding and materials, and 50% off installation.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today. News on WPTV is sponsored by the Lynn Cancer Institute.
At La Mesa RV, we have the right RV at the right price right now. Like this new Lifestyle RV Lifestyle, discounted to just $396 per month. Massive selection, everyday low prices, only at La Mesa RV of Port St. Lucie.
Now to our health alerts this morning. Watching too much TV as a young adult may actually lead to negative impact on brain function later in life. Researchers now looked at the television and activity habits of a small group of adults who were under 30. 25 years later, those who watched TV for more than 3 hours a day and had low levels of physical activity scored poorly on cognitive function tests. The tests assess processing speed and time management skills. And it turns out taking antibiotics while pregnant could lead to the risk of wheeze in your child. A new study found children whose mothers took antibiotics during the 3rd trimester had a higher risk of wheezing than those moms who did not take the drugs. Interestingly, though, the same did not hold true for women who took antibiotics much earlier in their pregnancy. And a Florida woman's procedure is bringing new meaning to the phrase, beauty is pain. As Laura Hussey reports, she says a moldy breast implant nearly killed her.
If Ann Ziegenhorn had known this was the price of beauty, she would have run the other way.
That's not a story a multi-billion-dollar industry wants to get out.
That's a saline breast implant covered with mold. It was removed from her body after a 2-year nightmare.
I felt like that was it. I was going to die. These doctors were going to let me die.
It started in 2011. The woman who was a picture of health suddenly started gaining weight, losing her vision, and experiencing burning, unrelenting pain. She had sores all over her body. Her thinking was so cloudy she thought she might have Alzheimer's. She was misdiagnosed with everything from lupus to arthritis to thyroid problems.
Silicone sickness in of itself is one entity, and then you add the mold to it that we had, and said we've got 2 illnesses going on.
The diagnoses that Ann believes saved her life came from Dr. Susan Kolb, the author of The Naked Truth About Breast Implants.
My experience in doing this for 30 years is that eventually everybody will become ill from their breast implants unless they die sooner of something else.
Dr. Kolb says she's seeing lots of women with mold in their saline implants, often from defective valves. She says in 25 to 30% of the population, it's debilitating. The doctor is not anti-implant. She has them herself. But she says for safety, women should replace them every 8 to 15 years.
All the neurological pain and symptoms, the burning, numbing, stabbing, shooting, electrical shocking pains throughout my body went away immediately.
Through Dr. Kolb, Ann met other women suffering the same frightening symptoms. They formed the Implant Truth Survivors Committee to educate women and doctors and to force the FDA to listen.
I literally willed myself to live and willed myself to get this message out here. This is my purpose. This is why I'm here.
That was Laura Hussey reporting. The FDA is not commenting on the mold risks in implants, but they do warn women should have them replaced after a certain number of years. A new fire station opens next month in West Palm Beach, and that will mean faster response times. The city believes 1.5 to 2 minutes can be saved, crucial time when it comes to saving lives and property. The fire station is located at the corner of Haverhill Road and Roebuck Road. It will serve the area between 45th Street and Okeechobee Boulevard, Haverhill Road to Jog Road. Nearly 30% of West Palm Beach police officers will have to find a new way to get to work later this month. The city is implementing a new policy that will no longer allow officers living outside the city to take their patrol cars home. The take-home policy change comes as the city struggles to replace a worn-out fleet of cruisers. Officers who live within city limits will still get to drive their patrol cars home, but about 80 officers who live within 30 miles of the police department will not.
From a recruitment perspective, It probably is going to hurt the West Palm Beach Police Department, particularly given that there's so many other police agencies in the county that provide take-home vehicles.
The city administrator says the no take-home policy is temporary. He expects to have 88 new patrol cars by October of next year. A consumer alert you definitely need to hear about before heading out to a restaurant. A woman's trip to enjoy a good meal led to a stolen signature. As Rafael Sanchez explains, this could happen to anyone, anywhere this holiday season.
My name is Trish Napier. This is how I always sign my name, Trish Napier. I learned cursive writing in the 2nd grade. I've been Trish Napier since 2002. Every time I sign a credit card, it looks like this, Trish Napier. So I was shocked when I went out to eat at Buca de Beppo's in Greenwood and saw this on my bill. That is not the real Trish Napier. I emailed #AskRaphael to investigate.
Trish's family bill at Buca's was $39.91. With a 20% tip of $7.09, the total $47. Days later, she noticed her bank account was off by $3.
You are a hawk when it comes to your check.
Oh, yes.
You know down to the penny.
Yeah, if I'm a penny off, I don't stop until I find out what it is.
Trish called Buca, which emailed her a guest copy receipt. It showed a tip of $10.09.
I don't know who that is.
But what did that person want, though?
A bigger tip, apparently.
The restaurant offered to refund the $3 and then agreed to provide a full refund of the tip and meal, totaling $50.
Oh, that's a lot of nerve to forge somebody's name.
So if you don't plan on using the microwave or the paper plates and you're going to a restaurant, when you get your bill, make sure that when you receive the merchant copy that you tip and sign. As for the guest copy, make sure that you take it and save it in case there's a problem with the bill.
Definitely good tips there. If a waiter is caught changing tips, he or she can face felony charges. As a reminder, make sure you take the extra copy of your receipt. Always check your bank statements. If you think something is amiss, contact the restaurant as quickly as possible. All right, send it over to Tyler right now. Do you sign legibly, Tyler? Are you one of those people?
No. It's like
Okay.
chicken scratch. You can't read it, and it's like never the same. So there you go. All right, live after 5 Max shows cloud cover and also rainfall. A few breaks in the clouds up here across Indian River County, where you're dry too. But then St. Lucie County, you still got some rain coming on shore. FPL power plant all the way to Port St. Lucie. Stewart, you're about to see some light showers push over. Hope Sound, dry right now, but you have some showers knocking on the door too. Then Palm Beach County, you can see we have more rain too. But this is sporadic and very isolated, so it looks pretty good. Just to the south of Boynton Beach, we have one light shower, and it looks like Lake Worth, you could get into the mix here soon because more rain is out to your east, and it will be pushing west. Here's the fog tracker. It's not showing much of anything, so we have some isolated showers still on radar, but we have no fog, so not really a whole lot to worry about if you're having to hit the roads this morning. Here's the hour-by-hour forecast. Quick-moving showers coming on shore, very breezy, and a mostly cloudy sky. Temperatures in the 70s. Vipercast for today shows those sporadic showers continuing to come on shore all the way through the balance of the day on into about 6:30 this evening as you head out for a dinner. And then overnight, it looks like we'll start to see showers pick up again. Now, December rainfall totals. We are, I believe today is December 6th, right? Yes, December 6th. So we are 6 days into December. For the first 5 days of December, we've picked up almost 5 inches of rain in West Palm Beach. That is amazing. Vero Beach, a little more than 3 inches of rain. That is already above the average for December, for the month of December. Okay, and we're only 6 days into the month of December. That's crazy. All right, so Vipercast wind shows that the wind will continue to stay pretty brisk for the next few hours, but then as we head later on into the afternoon, begins to die down a little. Yeah, it'll still be breezy, but it won't be as breezy or as windy as it has been. Boaters right now, seas are right at 8.5, 9 feet along the Treasure Coast, about 8 feet along the Palm Beaches. Small craft advisory is in effect until 7 o'clock this evening. We could see seas get up to 10 feet way offshore. Here's the 7-day forecast. 60% chance of rain today, about a 40 to 60% chance for rain on Monday. Highs will be around 80 to 81 degrees. Then we see some slightly drier air come in for Tuesday and Wednesday. That means more sunshine. That means way fewer showers on radar Tuesday and Wednesday, but that's that's short-lived, because check this out. Once we get to Friday and Saturday, we start to see those rain chances increase yet again, and it looks like we'll be dealing with some rain come Saturday of next week.
All right, now we want to show you something very interesting. NASA says newly released images of Pluto are the best close-ups we may see for decades. The images were captured by the space agency's New Horizons spacecraft during a July 14th flyby. Take a look here. Scientists say the new images are 6 times better than previous ones shot from the spacecraft. Scientists call it an intimate look at Pluto's diverse terrain. A mountain shoreline is visible, ice crusts, even craters. NASA is expected to release more images in the coming days. Well, it's 5:20 on your Sunday morning. When we come back, a commercial that is striking a positive nerve for some, while others find it sad and in poor taste. Why this ad is raising eyebrows. And there's a holiday festive cookie recipe that is great for snacking on all holiday season long. Howard is in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen to show us how to create a little Christmas magic of our own.
Celebrate the holidays with a sleigh full of television favorites.
Well, I'll tell you something, Shortcake, that's what Christmas is all about.
As MeTV wishes everyone a very Merry MeTV.
Merry Christmas.
Each weeknight starting at 9/8 Central, unwrap a special holiday-themed TV classic. And as a stocking stuffer, we've added some special surprises.
I guess that's what the miracle of the season's all about.
Happy holidays from MeTV South Florida. Ho, ho, ho!
Today you're in the know with ear, nose, and throat specialist Dr. Mark Agrama.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Burke, and today you're in the know with Dr. Mark Agrama. Welcome, doctor.
Thank you, Cheryl. It's nice to be here.
I know so many people who suffer from sinus pressure and congestion. I understand that you offer a couple of procedures that can bring lasting relief.
Yes, absolutely. In-office balloon sinuplasty and breathe naked.
Let's start with the balloon sinuplasty. Who is a good candidate and what's involved?
Well, Cheryl, patients who have chronic sinus infections, pain, pressure, and congestion that doesn't go away with medical therapy are excellent candidates. In the office with local anesthesia, we place a balloon in and open the sinus. We remove the balloon, and after a quick recovery, they have long-lasting relief.
That's great. And now let's talk about the breathe naked procedure.
So for people that can't breathe through their nose, that are mouth breathing and snoring, for example, they may be candidates for breathe naked. Under local anesthesia in the office, we make a small incision in the nose and creating a pocket that acts like a permanent breathe strip. After a quick recovery, they breathe better with long-lasting results.
Doctor, I like to hear what the people think, so we spoke with one of your patients. Let's listen.
I'm a scuba diver, and I had the procedure, and afterwards it was like an oxygen high. And now I can dive for 7 days in a row, and I could never do that before. It's just totally amazing.
Let's hear from another one of your patients.
Before the procedure, the snoring was off the chart with the sleep apnea, stop breathing, constant dry mouth. After the procedure, snoring was practically eliminated.
Wow, doctor, hearing that has got to make you feel incredible.
It certainly does, Cheryl.
This has been so informative. Thank you so much for joining us today on In the Know.
Cheryl, thank you so much for having me.
If you're constantly suffering from sinus pain, congestion, or stuffy nose, there is help. Visit palmbeachsinus.com or call Dr. Agrama's office for a consultation today.
All right, it's the countdown to Christmas, but it's also our annual Christmas cookie countdown. We have a very magical recipe. Definitely want to see this. Here's Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Do you know what today is? It's the day we kick off our annual online Christmas cookie countdown. So if you love cookies, then all this month you're going to want to go online as we reveal a new cookie every day. Today, we're starting with a bar cookie that is holiday festive and as easy as can be. So what do you say we roll up our sleeves and get baking? We start by placing a stick of butter in a 9x13 baking dish and popping it in the oven just long enough for the butter to melt. Once it does, we sprinkle on some graham cracker crumbs, then a layer of chocolate chips. And those can be the mint chocolate chips if you want, like I'm using here, followed by a good amount of chopped walnuts and shredded coconut. Now, we pour a can of sweetened condensed milk over it, which holds it all together. And since it's Christmas, we top it off with a few red and green mini chocolate-coated candies to make it even more magical before baking it. After it cools, cut it into squares, and they're ready to serve with a big glass of milk or to bring to a cookie exchange. As always, the recipe for our Christmas Magic Squares is online now, so you can kick off your holiday baking with a foolproof bar cookie that's always the first to disappear. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen with our little cookie monster, Kelly, where today we found a magical way for you to say, ooh, it's so good. Good?
Delicious.
Are you?
Jealous. Well, you can definitely find that recipe and all the other ones from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen on our website. So as you're getting ready for the holidays, just go to WPTV.com/MrFood.
All right, there are 30 areas of interest across the nation, in case you have to do a little traveling. Obviously, the first one is right here across South Florida, where we have this front just kind of hung up over South Florida, giving us the rain. The next area of interest would be this low-pressure system moving through the Midwest. Little fanfare with this one. It's just basically bringing a few light rain showers and some cloud cover with it. But the big story, the number one story, would be the system pushing into the Pacific Northwest. Heavy rainfall, even some heavy snow, and a little bit of freezing rain up there for them. Christina, back to you.
All right, it's 5:26 on your Sunday morning. Coming up in our next half hour, more classrooms, a conference room, and auditorium, and offices, all coming to a beachfront property in Juno Beach, the research hospital that is more than doubling in size. And you don't need to be chipper, but your mood, it matters. What researchers learned after assessing the emotions of patients before they underwent procedures.